How is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late, but time got ahead of me. Let me just see where I am. Okay. New channel. Okay. Hey Elizabeth, how are you? I am going to be doing today live on 101 foiling, and it's very easy to do, but we're going to discuss everything that you need to know. So the first thing I'm going to do, good morning Betty, I hope you're doing well. It's a bit cool outside. So today it's 101 foiling, and I've prepped a couple of things, but I'm going to show you how exactly I did it, because thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate that, Elizabeth. Let's talk about what foils are first. And I might forget a couple of things, so I do have some notes to remind me what to do, so I hope you'll be patient. What are foils? And this is a foil. We're going to be using that later on. But they are a thin layer of non-reactive sheets that are fused with clear cellophane. And you'll see that, you'll understand that better when we apply it. So typically the first thing I do is paint my my surface. And here I've just got an acrylic. It's Master's Touch, but you can use any acrylic. I used to be able to do it with chalk paint, and I should try again, but they changed the formula so that when I used chalk paint, it wasn't pulling off correctly. So if your base surface is, thank you Betty, if your base surface is wood, this is how you would do it. You can do it without any paint, but for right now, we're going to see how we do it with paint. So the first thing I'm going to do is, of course, paint this, but you know, it's boring, but has to be done. And I'm just covering, I decided to do, you can do the acorn, and this is an acorn, by the way. This is a $1.25 piece of wood, but you can do it on any wood. But I'm just going to show you how to do it on a cheap piece of wood so that you wouldn't have to worry. And I would suggest that you do samples before you do anything else, because each foil appears differently depending on the base color. So as soon as I finish painting this, now if you are going to do it on raw wood, I would suggest that you seal the wood And if you like what you're seeing, I do offer on my website sample foils with sample foil adhesive. So that's not very hard to do, painting the base. And I typically do this the night before I want to foil to allow the foil adhesive the time it needs. Now, typically the foil adhesive, and I'll show you what that is. I like to finish my edges. And by the way, please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I am seeing comments, so that's a good thing. I'm just doing the edges because I like the finished edges on all my projects. And I'm going to use another color at the top. Typically, I paint with black because most foils show really well under black. Some don't, but most of them do. Yes, I can see comments, Betty. I'm just going to put my brush in water and get, oopsie, okay. Well, here we go. I messed up again. I dropped my wet paintbrush. I'm going to do exactly the same as I did on the one I'm going to show you. I'm going to paint the top gold. And then we'll be drying it. I did draw a line. And that's okay if it's got black mixed in. I'm fine with that. So let's see what happens. We're almost there. And I usually apply my paint with a paintbrush. You can use those things, what are they called? Hey Lynn, how are you? Oh, I put too much, but we're doing 101 foiling. By the way, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Rima Bechara. I'm the owner of Walls and More. I sell foils and would you bend? And let's just put some on here. Seeing I've got a lot of paint left. I want to try not to mess up my fingers as much as I can. Just doing the edges is harder than doing the actual painting of the surface. Let me just remove this because we don't need it. And I need to dry my piece. And I forgot to mention that the second paint I'm using is Basics by Liquitex. I'll show it to you. And we'll just dry this. Didn't do a good job, but I'm trying. So let's get this dried. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Typically, I do 2 coats, and that's the best way to do it. Do I see a hair? I think I see a hair. I'm going to remove it. Or maybe it's not a hair. Just make sure it's really dry. This is almost dry. Okay, it's dry and hot. I would let it cool down for a little bit. And then, as I said earlier, I sell the foil adhesive samples. There's 20 different foils that are 6 by 12 that I include, and they're different ones, so you can try out different pieces. And then I also send out, it's included in the mystery foil pack, foil adhesive, so that you can try it out before making any purchases. And now when it comes to the foil adhesive, this is a tacky, very tacky type of glue. And this will remain tacky until you seal it. So when I do this at night, and I need to make sure I have my edges, I cover it because it will attract dust, animal hairs, anything that's floating in the air. Make sure you get all your edges. This is my one area that I tend to fail on. And I end up not having full coverage because of that. And this needs to dry for a minimum of 1 hour, because that's how long it takes. It goes on milky white, if you notice. And then once it's fully tacky, it will become clear. When I was doing walls a few years ago, we used to do this on walls through stencils, and we'll be doing that as well. And we'll be doing clothes and glass and plastic. These foils look amazing for Christmas in colors, and I have over 60 different ones, actually maybe even more, and they're all on my website. You can do this with a pouncer. What's it called? A pouncer, not a pouncer. It's called something else. A dauber. A dauber, that's what it's called. Now you can also go around the edges and do the same, but I'm not going to do that. Well, I'll do a few. I'll do a little bit. Now another tip I'll give you is when you're ready to close your foil adhesive, because it is a glue, I put Vaseline all around so that it does not get stuck, because obviously with a glue, it's becomes hard to open. So we're going to set this aside and pick up another one. Now I did both. I did the next two. This one is exactly the same. I did them this morning, an hour ago. One of them is ready to work on, but you can still see the haziness of the size or adhesive. It's still not completely dry. So I'm going to do something that I don't want you to do, but for the sake of the live, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to dry this a little bit. And you can see I picked up some dust because I did not cover it. And if you go to the website, you'll see how many different kinds of foils there are. There are clear ones. Elizabeth, I'm doing well. How about you? I'm going to use this one. It's a burl foil. And when you get your foils, you'll get a 1 foot by 1 foot piece. Or if you want more, you can order more. And I'm just going to cut it. And the one thing I didn't think of is to cut a circular piece. So, let me see. I'm hoping this is going to work, because if it doesn't, it's a total fail. I'm going to try and cut a semicircle. You know what? No, let's just do it. Now you can also crumple up your foils if you want. In this case, I don't. And you apply it on. And for the top part, I'm going to use this. And see, it crinkled up a little bit, but that's okay. You can see the lines over here. These foils are not supposed to release 100%. I hope you realize that. Depending on each foil, some foils release really well, and some are harder. Now, if you have a harder one to do, then you can apply heat to it. The adhesive does not like the cold. So let's see how this one turns out. What's wrong, Elizabeth? Are you still at your friend's house? And I'm going to pull it off. And I'm going to start with this one. And if you see a part that did not release as well as you wanted, then all you have to do is put it back down and try again and scrub it. I'm using a scrub brush that you can get from IKEA, from the dollar store. Let's try this now. And this is the transparent, clear cellophane that you're getting. Now, the areas that were wrinkled show up, but you can put it back down and redo it. Let's see how the top did. Well, so far so good. Over here, it did not release well, but I should have checked first. And this is, and if you see, look at the amount of unreleased foils. This one obviously is the whole. The others are the grain and the wood. Okay, Elizabeth. And I hope at least this will take your mind off. So anyway, this is the grain of the wood that's showing through. Either I didn't press it hard enough, or the adhesive did not go in. So let's pull off this one. And I can see a little bit here did not release. So let's do this. And this one released a lot better so far. Okay, see this little spot? Did not get a good release. I'm going to put it back on, and just with my nail or with a brush, do that, and it went away. So now I'm going to take the other side. Okay, this side, here, I did not apply enough adhesive. I'm going to try to do it again and see if that changes. Nope, it did not. But you can also go over it with a little bit of adhesive and just apply some more here, some more adhesive here. Wait, and then reapply the foil. I want to make sure that now when you get a piece that has this cellophane right here, or a silver line, don't use that. That's just from the manufacturer. I just want to go over the separation line and see if it'll pick up some more. And it didn't. Well, it did just a little bit. You can see right here. But look at the perfect release we got on this one. Just a couple of places, and right here. Now, you can't just leave this like this, because it's going to attract more dust. This will keep on attracting dust until you seal it. So I'm just going to use just any sealer that you have on hand, and we're going to apply this. Now, if you find that there's an area that you want to change or redo, or that did not cover well, because different adhesives cover differently, then you can also apply glitter. But that's before you put the sealer. So for example, if I wanted to put glitter in here and here and here, all I have to do is, before I seal it, if it's not completely covered, is add some of the size back on. But then again, you need to be very careful. Make sure that it's really well covered with glitter. And we'll see if maybe we can add some. Yeah, that's my laptop. Somebody thought it was a counting machine yesterday. And I said, no such luck. Now you can set it aside, or you can dry it with a dryer, a heat tool. But look at how great this looks. Just with a couple of pieces of different colored foils and some paint. And don't forget, this is how it turns out. So I'm going to leave it to dry, and once it's dry, if we have time, I will go back and add some glitter maybe over here. And if it's not dry, I will dry it with my heat tool. Now this is the first one that we've done. Yeah, I've ordered a new laptop, Elizabeth, and I don't have it yet. Well, I do have it, but it's not functioning completely. Now this is another Dollar Tree find. It's again a piece of wood, and I painted it black again, and it's for Halloween. And I can still see, probably because I applied too much adhesive, I'm going to just dry it a little bit more. And again, you can see the dust. And I see a paintbrush hair, which you can remove, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to show you what happens if you leave it in. You can remove it. And the next one is going to be one of my favorite ones. Let me just get some out. I'm not sure whether to do this one. Yeah, I think we'll do this one. Or we can do, no, we'll leave that one just in case the first one's dried. We'll do that one. So this one is called 80s Baby. And when you get it, sorry, this is a pain in the neck, these things. Let me just remove this. I'm going to have to do a new sticker for it. Now, if I've used the foil on a live, you will get this. I will cut it and it'll look like this. Let me just show you. It will look not a straight line. But what I'll do is I won't count this. I'll start measuring from about here to give you a full 12 inches. Okay, so let's put this back. I'm going to probably need more than one sheet. So I'm going to cut this. And I'm doing it away from from the adhesive. Oops, because I don't want it to go on in the wrong place. And I still haven't put it down. I'm just waiting until I get my paper exactly where I want it. This one is a bit thinner. And I can see the adhesive, or I can see the black background that's not totally covered. Now when you're doing this, when you get to the top, do not go up to the line, because it's not going to look great. Nothing in art is straight line. So I'm just rubbing this with my hand. And I was sure this one would cover really well. So let's just try. I'm going to do all the edges. So here, it did not cover 100%. I'm going to put it back. And I think I might put, this one is just an experiment. So let's go back. And you can use this scrub brush as well. You can use a toothbrush. I also try not to include these bits. So let's see. Pull it off gently. Oops. And you have a rusticy Halloween picture. And what we're going to do is, I think I want to use this window, or maybe which window shall I use? This blue window, and apply it to the top. And I'm just cutting out the blue window. Oops, there it is. I'm just going to straighten it out a bit. And we will go over these, or try to go over these. I am going to be going to Apple to sort out the new one. Okay, so I cut out this piece, and I want to place it on here. Hopefully I've done it straight. And on top of that, I want to apply another color. Let me see what we have here. I have a few different ones. that I've used. This is the size of the foil that you will get in the sample pack. So I'm just going to put this here. We're going to see where that takes us. This one gives us much better coverage, but you can still see on here that the grain of the wood is showing through. It's giving it a rusticy feel. Now I need to remove this. And hopefully I can remove it. Oh, right from here, hopefully. This one did not go. Oh, you know, I did it the wrong way, aren't I silly? This is one thing don't do. I put it on the wrong way around. Instead of putting the top part on, I put the bottom. And after doing this, for God knows how many years, I still made a big boo-boo. I wasn't thinking straight, was I? I put it on upside down. You always put the pretty side up, and I didn't follow my own instructions. And now I've pulled off the adhesive. Oh well. You're learning from my mistakes. Let me see if I can put another color over the areas that did not completely pull through. But I know a lot of it did pull through. Oh, not too bad, just here. So you can see if you put it upside down, you're going to get what I got, and it removed the adhesive. All I have to do is reapply the adhesive, which I can do now, just to show you. If you mess up like I just did. Hi, Hazel. Thank you, Elizabeth. And I'm just going to reapply this. And try and salvage as much of it as I can. I want it to dry. I'm not sure it'll be dry before the session, but we shall try. Before we go any further, I am going to go back and try to fill in some of the details. Let me just show you how you would apply. This is the foil adhesive again, and I'm going to apply these to it, just in the center. And it is dry, by the way. want to make sure that there's no, it's not done heavily, so I'm removing some of the glue. Now here you can put a trim, any kind of trim. You can trim all this around. Let's put this to the side whilst we go back to this one. And let me see, where did I put the original? Oh, right here. It's going to be very hard to match up exactly. You know what? I'll just do one that has another color and let's see what happens. Because it is rusticy. Actually, I want to leave it rusticy. Now what you can do is make a wash of glaze and brown paint and go over it to seal it. That would seal it. Or you can do what I did with this one, and that's use just any sealer. Now I wanted to show you the areas that the dust attracted. This is one. There's another one there. Another one there. So cover your work after you apply the adhesive. I'm going to leave this. Actually, let me just quickly give it a coat of so that it won't keep attracting dust. And this one you can again trim out with so many different, you have so many different options. You can apply rope, thin rope, if you wanted it to be more rusticy than it already is. And just usually, please don't do what I'm doing. Just pour it into a container. It's much healthier for your products. And for those watching on replay, I apologize for the noise. Hopefully it will be gone by next week. Okay, Elizabeth, no problem. How are you, Hazel? And I'm going to leave it like this. I don't think it's ready to try. Let me see. Let me just dry it a little bit. And don't do that either. And let me see if I can match up. I might be making more of a mess. I am. I would wait longer. I would not do it as quickly as I did, even with heat. So that's the second one that we've done. And I'm looking at this one. And we might actually just finish off the first one that we did, but with a different color. And let's pick, let me see, I like this one. And although I painted this two colors, I'm going to use the same foil on both of them. And where did I put, oh, there's the secrets. Now the other thing I didn't tell you about is that there are two kinds of foils. There's foils that work with textiles and foils that do not. This one is not a textile foil. And what we're going to see is the different look it's going to give us depending on the color we put underneath. Usually, as I said earlier, I pick black. Because it typically, most of them work best under black. But look at the color on your foil. Like this one has green, it has red. So it would work well with green, red, brown. Let's see how it does with the gold. You look at the color that the, I am too, thank you. Hazel. The predominant colors, the ones that stand out the most. Okay, so I'm going to start here. I see a little bit of a different color. And obviously my adhesive was not completely set up because I did it less than an hour ago. But so far, this is what I have left. Again, most of it is from the grain of the wood. But do you notice a difference in the color of the foil between here where I painted gold and here where I painted black? It's a very subtle difference, but it's there. And the last thing we're going to do is that we get some I want to see if I have gold glitter close by. And I do. So let's apply some gold glitter. Hopefully this is opened. I guess it's not open. Let's find another one. Okay. This one is like a champagne-y gold. And I need something to put it on. Oops. Just going to run my finger over it. you see what we have? Do you see the glitter? Now you can wipe off the excess. And you don't have to reseal. You don't have to reseal the areas where you put glitter, because when you tend to do that, it's going to take the shine away. And I think I got some here, but you can clean it up. So we've done these two acorns and the Halloween house. We made a big boo-boo. I made a big boo-boo here. So I hope you'll join me again next week. It does make it shine. Yes, it does. So I hope you'll try out the foils. And let me know if you have any questions. And again, I apologize for the noise of the computer. Take care, everyone. I'll see you next week. Bye.